a nice overview of the differences between EA and CSP. The main difference between the two agreements is that the enterprise agreement is a fixed 3-year agreement. There is no way of deviation from that. It's not possible to have an EA for a year or 2 year. It's always 3 year and sometimes an option to renew. Within the CSP model, until now, it has been a monthly commitment where Microsoft and the partner are always entitled to change the price when they want to. And within the enterprise agreement, you will always have the possibility to have a fixed price built into the mechanism as well. A minimum requirement for an EA is 500 users. That used to be 250, but Microsoft already has upgraded that to 500. And for the CSP, there is no minimum. Whether you will have 1 seat or 10,000, it doesn't matter. The structure of the enterprise agreement is a bit more professional than the CSP is. It has the Microsoft Businesses and Services Agreement built in. It has the enterprise agreement in it and the enrollment. So there is a contractual structure in it. It's possible to put amendments in it. It's a very professional vehicle to contract in. Within CSP, all is being led by your partner. So you will have to make an appointment with your partner when it comes to law, when it comes to the product use specific for your organization. It all should be done by your partner and yourself. With regards to pricing, within the enterprise agreement, if we are talking about the direct market, Microsoft is determining the price. For governmental organizations, there is often an indirect model where Microsoft decides the price to the partner and the partner is invoicing to the client. Very important to say, within CSP, there is one option possible. You can only be invoiced by your partner. And it's very nice to know that the CSP prices changes from partner to partner. Everyone has the same buying price from Microsoft, but there are changes in the specifics between the partner and Microsoft. So we're going to get to that later on, how the price model works, and we will provide you some examples as well. But it's good to know that, there are some price difference within enterprise agreement and CSP. So when it comes to having a price lock, you are having flexible pricing in CSP. So you are not committing for some certain amount of time. So you will buy the product as you will need it, and the price can change from month to month. Within the enterprise agreement, there is no flexibility on that. You have a fixed price lock over the term. So that could result in a benefit, but it also could result in another situation. For instance, we've recently seen that the Power Apps platform was pushed in a lot of enterprise agreements, and now Microsoft has decided to lower that price. So when you have an enterprise agreement, you are signing up for the price, so you have to commit to that. So in the enterprise agreement, for clients that have signed up for the higher price, it will also be a disadvantage for you. So you should be aware of that as well. And you don't have that within CSP, and it works the other way around. So if you are buying your M365 E3 subscription for a certain amount per month, you will be sure that you will be paying that price for the next 3 years. Invoicing. 9 out of 10 times an enterprise agreement is invoiced directly by Microsoft. Only in case there is an indirect, if there is an indirect enterprise agreement, the invoicing will be done by the Microsoft LSP. Within CSP, invoicing has always been executed by the partner, so there is no option to let Microsoft invoice you there. When it comes to support, and that will be handled on the next slide as well. Within the enterprise agreement, you will have your account team available for you, and your own technical support from Microsoft. And within the CSP model, all support should be handled by the partner as well. So also, if you have any technical issues on your Office 365 tenant, support should be handled by the partner in the first cases. Partner incentives, and this one is very interesting. So we've seen that Microsoft has been not being too nice for the LSP market, and they are reducing the incentives in the past years, and that's becoming less and less. Still a lot of money, but it's becoming less and less. Within the CSP model, we see that the margins and the rebates that are granted are far more higher than they are in the enterprise agreement model. So we're going to handle some cases on that later on, but it's very good to be aware that there are different incentives for your partners. And that's why partners are heavily pushing on the CSP contract vehicle, as it is more beneficial for them. It gives them more control and margin for you as a client. So that's the reason that probably the partners will welcome the news we are having coming up in the next few minutes. When it comes to license management, VLSC is the main portal where you can actively track and trace your licenses. That portal has been up for more than 20 years already. And within the CSP model, you are up to your partner. So it can be that they are using the Microsoft partner. It could also be that they are using their own portal. And a lot of partners are using that, again, to commit you as a client to their own platform. Moving on to the next slide.
We have a question from Ulaga Nathan. If I say that correctly, sorry about that. It's on the screen now.
Yeah. Thank you for your question. In the CSP model, whether the tech support is doing by partners. Yes. So in practice, the first line support has to be done by the partner who is delivering the license. What we often see is when that technical support isn't sufficient, they often escalate to Microsoft and they integrate them to the ticket as well. And then you are dealing with Microsoft again. But the first line support should be done by your partner. Thank you for your question.